Well, it's been a long campaign for everyone involved, politicians and voters alike. To inject a little fun into the proceedings, ABC Radio's Drive Time show in Sydney came up with a game called Election Lingo Bingo. About a month ago, 30 political cliches and phrases were selected, and listeners had to contact the show as they heard politicians say them. Now, out of that 30, 9 are still to be crossed off. Richard Glover, the host of Sydney's Drive show, is pleased with the tally so far.
No, I think the politicians have put in a good effort. I mean, they didn't realise what words we'd said at the beginning of the campaign, and we've got a lot of people to thank. We have knocked off 21 words in the space of the campaign so far. Thank you very much to Chris Bowen, who was in so quick with working families. Thanks to Malcolm Turnbull, who was the first to offer the reality is. What about Tony Abbott, who called us ordinary Australians before anybody else had a chance to say how ordinary we were? Tony and all the people on the Labor side who've constantly called us ordinary Australians, we don't actually think we're that ordinary. Could you stop doing it?
Let's look a little more closely then at some of the words and phrases that are still out there, yet to be crossed off. We've got irresponsible spending, in the fullness of time, fear tactics. It's hard to pick, isn't it? You would have thought that those would have been among the first to be crossed off.
Well, we have been quite, demanding about the precise words used, as in any bingo campaign. I mean, legs 11 can't be 12, it's got to be 11. So we've had many reckless spendings from the Liberal Party, but we haven't had any irresponsible spendings. I think they should just vary it a little bit. We've also got one that I'm not sure about. Ros, you might be able to adjudicate on this. We wanted someone to say, may I just say, which is the correct grammatical phrase, but Kevin Rudd got in very early with, can I just say? Now, do we allow that?
I think that counts. I think you can make it 8 left now.
It's a grammatical error, though. Are we endorsing a grammatical error from the former Prime Minister? I mean, of course he can. He's physically able to interrupt, but the question is, may he?
I think you can cross that one off, Richard. I think that's okay.
In that case, 8 to go, 3 days to go.
And are there any phrases not on the Lingo Bingo card that have really set your teeth on edge because you've heard them time after time after time?
Well, look, we've ticked off moving forward about 1 million times. We've ticked off hard-working Australians 1 million times, even though Julia Gillard was first in. There have been many dodgy figures, not only from the phrase used by Tony Abbott. Many people have had work to be done. We took a long time to get no silver bullet. Thank you to Peter Dutton just yesterday for coming to our rescue. A lot of people said there was no magic bullet, but Peter was the first, maybe influenced by True Blood and the vampire movies of the day. He was the one in with the silver bullet. Good on you, Peter Dutton.
8 to go. I think you'll get there. Richard Glover, thank you.
We hope.